Greetings, my excellent friends. Oh, Windows. I don't know why it very specifically makes OBS forget the audio inputs, but does nothing else to anything. But it does. Anyway, yeah, it didn't die. And probably I'm not going to. Um, on the day he said that he would call me when the results were in to tell me whether it had been what he thought, which was not quite cancer yet, or whether it was a little bit of cancer but is still gone anyway. But basically, he said, look, it doesn't really matter. I feel like it matters a little. But functionally, it doesn't really matter because the result of it being gone is the same. However, his office says that I'm apparently booked for a phone consultation for free on July 16, which is further away than I would have thought. So I don't know. He might call me sooner than that, but if not, then I'll turn up on July 16 and be like, all right, so was it the bad thing or was it only the slightly bad thing? I assume if it's worse than that, I'd get cold. But there's been a history of this particular doctor and his admin team giving me different news. On the medical side, everything is consistent and correct, but on the scheduling side, everything is a madhouse at all times. Because initially they'd said I would need to see him in person afterwards and went through this whole rigmarole of when and where he'd be and what day would suit. And then I spoke to him and he said, why would I need that? The only time I need to see you in person is when I'm shoving things up you. Um, then it was, he said, look, I should be available within the next couple of weeks to get this thing done. And then I spoke to them and they said his earliest open booking day is the 24th of July. To which I said, okay, well, that's not what he told me. I'm happy to book for that day because fucking I need some sort of appointment and I'm not going to walk away without one. However, are you able to speak to him and remind him who I am and see if he has a better idea? Because he made it sound like he had a better idea, and that's how it ended up being last Saturday, because it turned out he had. Um, and now it's down to, yeah, him saying, I'll give you a call probably within the next week, if not the next 2 weeks, to you'll be chatting to him in a month. So again, I don't know. I didn't push it this time because I don't think it would have accomplished anything because he said he'd call me. So what I intend to do is just wait for 2-3 weeks, and if I've heard nothing, just be like, hey, is the answer in yet? Because I'm happy to wait till July if I have to, but if you have the answer, do you mind throwing it over here? Just for my own curiosity. Or it might turn up in my medical record. That's the other thing, because sometimes documents just appear there, and they don't tell you that they're there. They're just there when you log in. Like when I got the blood tests done, all the blood tests just showed up there. Half of which I could read, and the other half, apparently, they have some policy where they put a 5-day lock on it so that your doctor can read it, but you can't, to force you to ask them and presumably pay them money for the privilege. I think it's to prevent people who don't understand medical terminology from reading something and thinking it means they're going to fucking die. I think it's there to protect the stupids from themselves, but frankly, I don't consider myself in that company. I research as carefully as I can. Anyway, fun week. Why is the color of the webcam like slowly morphing between yellow and white? Can we get rid of the auto on that and just make it sit in one color scheme? Because I don't know which one's the ideal, but I would like it to just pick one and stay. There we go. Okay, yeah, I don't know how long I'll do this for. Probably hour and a half or so, but when last we left off, we were trying to do a relic for the longest level in the game, if not the trilogy, except maybe Stormy Ascent, I don't know. And we didn't succeed, because we didn't get to the end of the stage, so, I'll just try to relaxedly keep practicing that, and maybe we'll reach the end of it this time, maybe we won't. Oh, but I'll probably have to relearn it, because it's been a bigger gap than we really ever want to get in, but, look, could I have streamed Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday last week ahead of the procedure? Probably. I didn't want to. I just like if it's coming up and I'm having to mentally gear for that. I don't want to talk to people. I just want to stare at this wall. Now that I have the answer, it's a lot easier to go back to being normal.
Activision presents a smashing blast from the past. Developed by Vicarious.
So it's not lost on me that they announced a new Spyro right as I'm streaming Crash as well. It was like during, I think, my last Crash stream. I don't know that I'm happy. It looks like, despite the fact that their Crash sequel was incredibly mechanically faithful, it looks like their Spyro sequel is gonna be different. And my whole problem with Spyro the Dragon since the trilogy is that every attempt, other than Enter the Dragonfly, which was just a bad game, every attempt was, let's do Spyro, but we're gonna make it different. And I cannot believe they haven't learned that lesson. Like, especially when they did learn the lesson for Crash 4. Like, why would you unlearn the lesson?
It's Crash Bandicoot!
No, I was trying to get the relic done before I went on break because I didn't want to do exactly what I'm doing now, which is have to relearn how the mission runs after a massive gap. I wanted to not have to come back to Sunset Vista when I came home, when I returned. But I also couldn't stay late because I needed to rest. So I wasn't paying any attention to what anybody was trying to tell me, anything in chat. But I just was like, I almost got it. Like, we got very, very close to the end of the level and then died. I think around the time you were trying to get my attention. Try the directional buttons. Yeah, I mean, I guess they work. I don't know that they suit me, though. But yeah, look, this will probably be a slow start. Ah, yes, I'm starting to remember how this goes. Fucking great. You gotta be careful with your spinning on the lizards, I think is the thing that I forget. It's fine spinning the front of their heads. Spinning their tails makes you yourself, like, spin backwards in this weird force thing. Oh god, what was my This was it, yep. 2, 3, and 6. I don't know if that's the efficient way to do that, but it's what works for me. Damn it. Alright, we just won't jump. Let me just take this jacket off, because I don't need to do that yet, but I anticipate I will. Yeah, that's fine. That isn't. I think, so long as you're not trying for gold or anything... Jesus, it burns for a while. Can we get out of it? No, not at all. You have to wait. Which is really awkward. Like... It just puts an inbuilt delay into every attempt, which I think just exacerbates how fun it isn't. That! It yeets you backwards. Just by virtue of the lizard's tail, but it's like it doesn't have a huge amount of logic flow because there's no animation of the lizard's tail pushing you. It's just like a field-based thing where it has this effect and you just need to know that it does it and how it works. But the game isn't going to do anything to give you information. Wait, when is it burning? I can't really see. Oh, there it is. About why or how it works that way. Okay. Oops. Yeah, if I don't spin there, I'm fine. But I feel vulnerable for some reason. I prefer to spin, because it's like... if I jump wrong and I land on the side instead of on top of it, any other enemy in the game, spinning takes that risk out. For this one guy, it's a punished reflex. Oh dear. Don't trust that. Correct. Okay, made it. No. Damn it. Alright. Alright, there's the rhythm again. No. Ah! It's a mix of when the thing's coming and when this is going out. And I can never tell fast enough when it's going out. There we go. Now. No. There we go. What? What? out, you miserable bastard. Turn around so that I don't fuck off. But yeah, Sapphire Relic timer for this one is 5 entire minutes. Which is good to know, because I thought it was 3 minutes, which is a lot more stressful. Jesus. Scared the beshitterance out of me. Those go. What the fuck? It was facing me! I thought spinning's okay when they're facing you. But no, that was very clearly the shove. Like that, but I somehow managed to not die to it that time. Right. Come on, burn. It'd be so much easier if it just didn't have that fucking burn cycle. Yeah, and that's why I spin. Terrible enemy. There's no safe set of inputs. Doing it versus not doing it, they both might just fuck you if the timing isn't dead. Oh, okay. That works. That time. Nope. I have no idea what masked returns means. I don't even know when you get a second mask or anything here. I think you can actually get 3 if you don't lose any. But I don't know that I want that, because that would then create a lot of pressure to not get hit. If you need to rely on it, I mean. You probably do for, like, platinum or something. I used to be able to... I wasn't failing here before. Now it's 3 or 4 times. I don't understand. Like, earlier today, I was managing that section fine. Like, we'll go back and forth. There'll be plenty of times in which I lose it and plenty of times in which I don't for a while, but I'll lose it eventually if I don't fall off a pit. There we go. Okay. Crash Bandicoot fandom wiki states a bunch of things, but you think I've proven everything it says wrong more than once? If you think that what you just shared isn't worth reading, then forgive me for not reading it. And then sometimes I just kill both of them in one go. That's funny. Ugh. I forget the movement of the... Yeah, no, it's here. Like that. You don't trust that either. There we go. Didn't trust that either. Silly. Ugh. Let it burn. Let it stop. Get on that. Get on that. Get on this. Get on this. Get on this. Get on this. Drop down. Get these. Get on this. On this. 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 And there was a thing here, but yeah, these come through. Nope. Oh, I've definitely spun them and had it not kill them. I have also spun them and had it push me. I have spun them and had it kill them and not push me. I have spun them and had it push me and not kill them. And I have spun them and had it done both. There are 3 outcomes to spinning them. Or rather, there are 2 outcomes to spinning them, but they don't appear to be mutually exclusive. Definitely one of the 2 things, like there. I spun and killed that one without any pushing action. But I have also spun it with pushing and death, and I have spun it with pushing and not death. Their death, I mean, not mine. I think whether it kills the lizard or not, and whether it pushes the Bandicoot or not, are 2 separately tracked variables. They have some overlap, but not entirely. Well, is this a hopping lizard or a grounded iguana? One's green, one's red. Which is which? Extremely silly of them not to just call them the green and red lizards. Fucking hell. Oh, that was fun. Genuinely hate it. Can I just go up here? Yeah, I can. Okay. Motherfuck. This is a red one. Well, they both jump, so I don't know what hopping versus grounded means in this context. So if you added them, I don't think they're accurate. And would recommend if you were going to characterize them differently than green and red. I completely forget what this fucking pattern is. I think it's safe like that. Right, okay. The first one is safe now. Yes. Okay. Fuck. That one goes away, that comes back, it drops, and they both come, and that one goes. Okay, I gotta go now. Cool. I'll wait. I'd rather fail the relic than make mistakes. Making it to the end is the goal, right? Getting a sapphire is cool, but not as important to me as finally getting to the end. You coming for me? What are you doing? Okay, fine. Yes, it does come for me, but it takes an age to make the decision. I don't know why. And I don't know right now. What is the move? Do I jump at that? Do I have to wait? Do I spin it? Do I jump and not spin it? Do I back away? I do not know. Does anybody have any idea what to do with that red lizard at the end? If I have a mask, I might just let him hurt me and keep going. But I can't guarantee I would. Should have walked then. No, I walk. Should have kept going. Got it. I feel like this red fire's timing is not... Oh my god. It doesn't sync with this... with these, which it really should, because sometimes it just creates a pattern time that is impossible. There was a mask without a crate that I'm not sure you noticed at one of the wall-less segments at the top. Okay. If my reading there did not sound like I understood what you meant, there's a reason for that. Fuck, that was lucky. That felt like I was going to land in the fire. Oh! I nearly... that spin jump nearly took me off the edge. I'm laughing because the alternative is to cry. Oh. This part I don't know. Got it. Come on, lizard. Okay, you're dead. Get fucked. BAM! Sapphire. Good fucking enough. How far away from the goal? 410. Normally, I would call a 22-second gap a huge problem. But in that particular level, I can see how you would be able to refine that. It's just that it involves, you know, a hilariously long journey of memorization. Like, if I were to try to gold that, it would be, let's book out 3 days. Or what, a 4-hour, 6-hour stream. With no other goal than work. Like, if I was doing nothing but that mission every day until I got there, yeah, I can see that. In fact, I can see that happening with most of these if I really want to get golds. However, I'm not trying to get golds. I'm trying to get all sapphires and then move on to Crash 2. And then if I get through Crash 1, 2, and 3 and I've decided, you know what, I want to get the golds in the other games, then maybe. The only one that I think I will aim for golds as my baseline is Crash 3, and that's because the relics were designed for the game. Even then, I might go easy on that if I'm tired. I absolutely, desperately, definitely need to get a Sapphire minimum on every stage, though, because in the case of 3, you need that to get all the content, and in the case of the rest of the games, I feel like that's the accomplishment I want. I did better there than I did at all last week when I ran out of time. And yeah, I don't know what exactly the Sapphire... I can look at it, actually. 5:30. Yeah, so I was 58 seconds ahead of the cutoff for Sapphire. It was worse in the one that I died at the Lizard, by the way. We were at 5 minutes there, I think. So I managed to improve leaps and bounds. It's a matter of dozens of moment-to-moment decisions. Like, I was allowing myself to stand there and watch the patterns move in those runs, because I had to get used to the patterns, right? You get your gold and your platinum on this stage when you're past the point of needing to do that. But short of running the mission normal in order to use checkpoints to study every section, I didn't have much choice. Would have been here a lot longer if I hadn't waited. So, we got the Koala Kong boss here, but I skipped over the bonus level I unlocked. Whole Hog! Which I recall not enjoying. But what I am going to do, because when I get through something as big as what I just did, the heart rate is a little elevated, so I am going to stand up. Get the blood flow stabilized, and I'll be back, and we'll continue on into Whole Hog. Hello. I do think it's funny that, and I mean, like, I should have thought about this before I picked it, but I had it in. I knew I wanted to stream this ever since I played the game last year, right? And I was like, I want to make sure it's at least 4 to 6 months before I do it again because I want to not be bored of just playing something again, right? Even though it's the remake version instead of the PlayStation. But 4 to 6 months later, I was playing Persona. And when that was done, I thought, okay, well, maybe I'll do Slay the Princess and Crash together because one's super narrative and relaxed and one's super stressful. But then I played Slay the Princess around about the same time that this medical thing happened. And I'm like, I don't want to mentally focus on two things at once. And so it ended up that my return to stream is this incredibly stressful madhouse. Not in a bad look. It can be. I really like. I'm back and forth on how much I'm having fun versus wanting to throttle this game, but a lot of it comes down to my own the trappings and failings of my own brain because I need to be thorough and I need to be completionistic and I need to be in order. So like I expect to enjoy 2 and 3 more than I'm enjoying this, but I have to do this one first. Oh. Question is if it's a good idea to split the game with something else to improve your sanity but lower your ability. Hard to say. Do have a couple of ideas of other things I want to do, and at some point we do have to get back to Persona because we didn't finish Persona 3. We've still got the post Aegis story, and I do not want to accidentally leave that for 3 years. But I also don't think Persona 3 is a game that I want to do piecemeal. This one, yes, it could work that way. Although, yeah, the ability question, do I want to take big gaps and only play it? I don't know. Anyway. Whole Hog is the second of the hog riding ones. It's the more complicated one, which means the relic is going to be weird because, again, it's on rails, so I'm not too worried about the relic. But it does just sort of mean you have to play it twice. Is there anything special about it? I do have a thing open which will warn me about anything strange or special. Nah, just, you can get the clear gem now, which I will do. Once I bring my Twitch chat back into view, because there we go. The other option is, of course, to space them out and be like, all right, I finished Crash 1, now let's do something else. Cool, now let's go back and do Crash 2. Cool, I finished that, let's do something else. Now let's go back and do Crash 3. That's an option. If I'm super tired at the end of Crash 1, I might just ration them. Don't mind me, I'm just checking to make sure I have a relic listed in every level. So yeah, I didn't skip any. It's just this one. Okay, now Coco cannot play Whole Hog. Only Crash is willing to ride the boar. That would have hurt. Okay, left on the first dude. Under the first rotisserie. Left on the second dude. Then we have to do a jump. I think, yeah. Count the most important thing for me is counting the positions for the dudes. So it's left and left. It's always the same because it's on rails. The speed is identical. What the genuine fucker getting was that? La da 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 da. La da 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 da. Now that you've noticed it, it's going to bother you, but the remake fucks. Why am I paying attention to you? I gotta do this. Fucks up the music timing for the hog levels. Is it because the music doesn't restart every time we do? Can't imagine you could keep to timing while that's the case. God's sake. Oh, it's just the Crash's eyebrows aren't being properly musically accompanied. Well, that's a tragedy, isn't it? Dude, hit the fucking drum! It's the same one every time. There we go. Nope. I agree. I can't tell which one that is. Left, I think. Yeah, just. Right. Not like that. Or that. Or that. Ba-na-na-na-na. 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 Three more boxes. Well, there they are. There's one. Good to be confident that I haven't missed a box. Right. Fuck. I do not like that drum. Go fuck yourself. Stupid hog level. Do 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 do. 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 There we go. So it's not that long in the end. I thought it was going to be longer and scarier than it was, to be honest. That was actually not too bad. Only one checkpoint in the middle. So the relic version is literally just do part 1 and part 2 together. That's not that much more complicated. It is going to be a pain, but it's not that much more complicated. We get 3% just for that shit? Lord. La da da. La da. La dee da da da. Should have looked at the target time. Damn it. But really, it's a hog level. Da dee da da da. The precision for when you have to hit jump on those drums must be extremely slight, because at no point do I ever think I feel like I missed that. It's always just visually, oh, I missed that. Because it feels identical to when I get it right. That's, I think, the crux of the frustration is, oh, the margin is so slight that I cannot physically tell it. But yeah, platinum. How could you not plat it? Like I don't understand how you couldn't plat it. Right, well that was easier than Sunset Feast, I can tell you that for free. So if you'd like to pay for the privilege, I do have a PayPal. 48 seconds! I don't even know how you could physically do it and have it take that long. Like, how could you slow yourself down to that? No, I get it, if you miss the boxes. But, like... God. 2501, the plat's 2687. Anyway, 100% of that level. Right next to Boulder. Yeah, Boulders and Hog are the ones that I should have plats for, I think. Do I have plat for the original Boulders? I don't. Yeah. I don't think I should get a plat for any other level in the game, though I did for, I think, Jungle Rollers. That was a fluke, but it's also like level 2. So 5 plats. That sounds impressive, but 4 of them are basically for free. Anyway, the parade of entertainingly Australian marsupials in this American game continues. Papu Papu didn't count, but as well as the Bandicoot, we have Ripperoo for kangaroo, Koala Kong, and there'll be another one coming up. But it interests me because like they do the Australian theme, and they do follow that up later with the Dingo Dial. But, who is the only one allowed to have an Australian accent, by the way, despite most of them being from Australia. But then they just have a tiger. You can just have a tiger. You can get those anywhere. Unless they're trying to tell me he's a Tasmanian tiger, I guess. But those aren't. Strictly speaking, tigers. Tiny platypus, wasn't that exciting? Koala Kong, I recall being an irritating boss, but considering I weirdly struggled on Ripperoo, let's see how this one goes. It's about kicking TNT at him, as I remember. Well, that was sudden. Man, he skips leg day, huh? Did I just... Why did I just... What? God. Can you jump in lava? Yeah, if I want to die. See? Not a good idea. I mean, obviously if I spin the TNT, I die, right? So I forget what the... Oh, it's the big rocks. There. You have to dodge the TNT, you have to dodge the little baby rocks. I said dodge the little baby rocks. Honestly, the game reminds me of Metal Gear Solid with its boss fights. In that the boss fights are just... unearned. It's like you've got a perfectly good game here and then you just ruin it with boss fights. Anyway, there's my pity mask. Right, no, don't have it anymore. Oh, now I'm dead. Notice the stock. I don't know what kind of bipolar episode is causing you to ask for both an insult and a compliment, but I wish you well with that, you crazy bastard. See, the problem with these rocks he throws at me is that I don't actually know where I'm supposed to dodge to, because I try to jump, get out of the way, and then it still hits me. Also, what the fuck? You dodged me! You're not supposed... Christ, we're not doing well here. I guess I jump up. No, that hits me too. Wait for the mine. Oh no, wait! Garbage. Any fucking time, lad? Alright, that's the furthest we've gotten so far. If I can hit him once more, it's over. Damn it. There we go. Now be dead. You don't look dead. Oh. Good enough. C1. Koala conked. Defeat Koala Kong. That's the end of the second island. Damn. There's only 3 islands in the game. This island felt quick as shit. Not counting the bosses, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 levels? This one? It's not a lot. Heavy machinery. This one has Brio bonus stages. This level contains one of the hardest Brio bonus stages, Good Luck. You can obtain the clear gem now. Awesome. Near the beginning of the level, you will see 2 spiked saucers beneath a gap at the bottom of the screen. Jump in between them to find a secret route containing boxes and a Brio token. Yellow, square-shaped bounce pads will launch you into off-screen boxes. So this one's complicated. But yeah, this is Cortex Island, I believe. This is his home base. I forget what the... I think the first one's called Insanity Island, and this one here is called Wumpa Island. But the third one is called Cortex Island. We have technically briefly been here because we could teleport to Stormy Ascent, but I didn't play that episode. Although apparently there is a bug where your percentage score won't go up for doing Stormy Ascent if you try Stormy Ascent after you beat Cortex. So I will need to play Stormy Ascent before I finish Crash 1 if I want to not have that. Wumpa with an H? I don't think so. I don't think I've ever seen it used with an H. Anyway, just check a message I got. Okay. Machinery it is, and yeah, the level types change a bit here, for better and for worse. Hint, failing a bonus round doesn't cost lives. Don't I know it? I forget if I can break those or not. Let me try jumping with a spin. Yep, that's fine. Right, but the spin slows my jump and makes me die. You're still better off just... Oh. Maybe I'm just bad at jumping. What about you, Glenn? Yeah. We got 80 buggering 6 boxes here. Nothing up there. You can land... Oh, 2 bonuses. Great. You can land on the icy ones, but of course they are a little bit dangerous. Now this is the one that I was warned about. You drop down here. Did that seem like a fair and obvious secret to you? Well, it wouldn't be a secret if it was fair and obvious, I guess, but still mad. I'm not asking you, Snip. You're what's the word? Tolerant of bullshit. Oh, that was silly. Anyway, we've got 2 brios already, so that's good. Means we're not gonna have any issue with them. Still no checkpoint. I think my problem with secrets in Crash Bandicoot is because Crash Bandicoot is such a rigid game that the penalty of missing secrets is that you have to repeat shit. And I hate repeating shit. In a game like Spyro, a secret is great because you can go into a level that's been completed, find a new secret, and then just do that. Like, you can just go straight there. You don't have to start at 0 gems. You go back and all your fucking found gems are found. So I'm kind of... That's why I have a thing open that tells me where all the secrets are. It's because I don't have the patience or the desire to humor them, because the consequence of missing it is too high. I like secrets in games when missing them isn't a big deal and you can just go back later. Where are these yellow bounce pads? I haven't found any of them yet. Well, anyway. Checkpoints! Right, well, don't touch them at all, then. I figured don't hit them on the side with a spin, but I figured jumping would be okay. Anyway. Ooh. We sure jumping's not okay? Jumping's not okay. Or is it that I keep landing in the sides when I need to land at it? One more try! Alright, jumping is super not okay. That was a definite middle hit. I don't know how many deaths that was, I'm sorry, but the experiment's over now. Alright, we're good on bonus tokens. Fuck off, man. I thought I could jump on those. No, I could spin those. That's the difference. These guys are jumping. I think that steam is danger, not bounce. Fuck! Yes, it is. Oh, there's my pity mask. Are we happy with the position of the camera, by the way? This is just the same position I had for Slay the Princess. But this isn't a game with a whole lot of visual UI noise, so I don't think I need to change anything. Can't remember what I was using before today. I think I was using the Slay the Princess. I will use the most recent one I used often, unless I need to change it. Because that's the simplest choice. Bonus. Christ. Thank you for the follow, whoever that was, but I have no way of checking right now. Oh, hang on, that's bad. Can I do that by... Yeah, I could maybe do it by jumping? Well, not like that. But, like, can I do it by bounce jumping? Or do I need to hit the... I might need to hit the next one. There we go. Now you might be looking at that box count and thinking, holy shit, why are we missing so many? But I think the answer is in the Brio bonus. So I'm not too worried yet. Although I am worried about this sequence, because good god, that looks awful. Alright, we're past it. Are we going back up? Take me down! Take me down. Take me down, won't you? Take me down. What is that thing up there? It's just the bottom of a box. Never mind. Oh! This would be the yellow square bounce pads they told us to concern ourselves with, and it looks like there's nothing more up there, which is fine. I will trust my eyes for now. Oh, no, you're a venti. Oh, man. The rudeness of this, my god. I actually don't drink coffee at all. Alright, time for the bullshit Brio bonus. Are we ready for some bullshit? I've been told this one is some bullshit. Let's see how much bullshit it is. Yeah, so far so full bullshit. How do I get that one up there? That doesn't seem reachable. Does that seem reachable to you? It doesn't seem reachable to me. I'm supposed to go back into it later? Are we sure? I mean, I'll keep going and see about that. If I can figure out how to keep going in the first place. What's great news is, we only have to do this one once. Fucked get. This is little ones, and then it's like all of a sudden you have to do a massive full send it giga jump. Oh, come on. Yeah, I saw it too, so we are looping back, which is good to know. Glad we're not counting these deaths. I don't want to know. I genuinely don't want to know how many. I actually don't know how to make that jump. I think you have to, like, land the precision hit to get across far enough. And this isn't even to get all the boxes. This is just to survive the bonus. There we go. So that's part 1 of fucking 3. Looks like most of these I don't have to hit the jump button for at all, actually. So I can probably make it easier by identifying which ones I need to hit the jump button for. Which ones I just let her, Yeah. I don't have to hit jump at all until I get to that big one. That's a game changer. She just naturally goes there with hold right. I wonder how many times that's been true and I just haven't noticed. Okay, the spacing was a little off there. You do have to, like, be hitting the boxes at the right part of the box in order to carry that on. Like that. Okay. Okay. I'm really tired already. This is not a very good bonus level. I'm concerned about the fact that there's 3 goes here. Funny story, Snip, I don't know. My brain is not putting together the words to tell you how these controls work. It is just doing it with the hands. I don't believe I hold the jump button for anything. I'm either pressing it or I've let go completely and I'm just letting the natural bounce of the boxes carry me forward. I do not know if that means holding the jump button would help. This is genuinely horrible. What really sucks is I'm supposed to stop now. It's 3. I'd like to stop now, but if I stop now, I have to start the level again. I only have to pass it once, but if I don't pass it on the same run of the level that I started, I do have to do everything else again. And I don't know what to do now. This is very much a game that the remake made poor decisions, because this level, this bonus level, wasn't designed for you to need to get all the boxes for the clear jump. They just added that for the remake because, I don't know, they wanted to bring all of the games in line with each other. But this wasn't designed for that. This isn't fun. I'm getting... There's a 3rd section, and I haven't even been able to practice the 2nd one. And it takes so long to start again. I hate, like just walking onto the Go There platform is a pain because you can't walk. You have to do a little hop to get up to the platform. And you have to watch this, and you have to watch the black screen, and you have to watch the loading of the main level, which you don't need. Like, why does it not just put you back on this platform? Why does it not just go, "Ba-dim," and then just start you again? I mean, it has to reload the boxes, I guess. Okay, that's something. No? And why is the platform raised? Why can't I just go? Yeah, these little things don't bother you when you only have to do it once, but when you have to do it, I don't know how many times. Fuck, man. But look, I can't go on it. Oh yeah, she's doing higher bounces. I don't think that helps me, evidently. But I didn't know that was a thing. That is only helpful if you need to do multiple highs in a row. Yeah, no. Trying to incorporate that is making me die now. Maybe on the 2nd level that's helpful because there's 2 highs in a row, but I don't know, man. Yeah, maybe a little helpful there. God, I am incredibly sick of this. This feels like a hostage situation because my earlier progress is being held hostage by not giving up, and I really want to give up right now and come back tomorrow. But I can't come back tomorrow to this spot. I have to come back tomorrow to heavy machinery again. I don't want to do that. This is where design fails. Like, I'm speaking my frustration aloud in a calm voice because I really would actually like to grab someone by the throat and make them dead. But that's illegal. Not anyone. I'm not a crazy psychopath. I just mean specifically the person who put this in the game. I don't know who he is, or she, but I don't think they deserve to live. For legal reasons, that's a joke. I just, like, if we relaxed the death penalty in all cases except bad game design, no? I completely removed it because it's obviously a barbaric thing that should only happen for the worst of sins, and I think the worst of sins is making a game wrong. Like, it's okay if the game's boring. It's okay if the game's disappointingly dull. But if it's frustrating, then you should probably be boiled in acid. Like, if you bring stress to people in a product that is supposed to bring them fun, I think that's a hate crime. I don't know that we could say that I figured this segment out. Man, I want to be done 5 minutes ago. And there's more level after this. I might have to. I might have to just stop and redo the fucking level over again. This is the shit that makes me regret choosing to stream this. Well, choosing to play it. That's good. All this would need to be tolerable, by the way, would be to not spawn me outside the bonus. Just spawn me at that platform and do it faster. I do not think that that's impossible. I think the only reason there's a loading screen to begin with is because it kicks you out of the bonus. That is not a necessary move. All you need to do is respawn the boxes and start the bonus again. You don't have to do this 10-second lag for every failed attempt, which, when there's 50 failed attempts, is multiple minutes. Hell, if I die early enough, I spend less time playing the game and more time waiting for it to let me play it. For all the save states let you start again in the middle, I don't need that. I just need to start again fast. Yeah, and it's that lack of thought that makes me want to put a firing squad to everybody who came up with this part of the game. Not out of, like, vindictiveness or anything, I just want to make sure they never make anything else. You know, for safety. For the safety of everyone in the future. Okay, maybe we don't have to kill them, maybe we just send them to space. They can't hurt anybody on Venus. Well, as in, they can't hurt anybody here if they're on Venus. If there are people on Venus, they could probably hurt them. But I don't care, I'm not from there. In fact, I'm pretty sure nobody is. Yeah, like, I think the rage comes from the fact that the game is good except for the parts that aren't. Like, that's the thing. It's not a good thing. It's not, oh, we've made the game, you know, a real challenge for the real challenge gamers. It's like, yeah, but you've made a fun game and just ruined it in certain parts that you can't avoid. It's the same reason I quit Dead by Daylight. It was like, the shell of a good game is here, but so much of it just makes me want to commit crimes. And the hatred comes from the fact that it didn't have to be this way, but certain people chose to make it that way. They had the power to do good, and they just didn't. I'm so bored! Oh my god, just fucking finish this fucking bit! I don't want to end 2 streams in a row, big gap or otherwise, with a give up moment. Like, that is so depressing. This is why every game should have cheats. Cheats are some kind of, like, press X to accomplish thing button. Just... Same as... You know, you watch something and you have a fast forward? You paid the money. Every single player game, that is. I'm not advocating... I'm not advocating being able to press a button to win your Marvel Rivals game. That would in fact be quite inconvenient to the other team. That would then become a game of who can press the button faster. Although I suppose the button in this case is your main fire button, and it does work if your aim's right. You have to press it a fair few times. Seems like your opponent is poning you. Would you like the game to kill him 20 times? And of course, if you do, like, make complaints about games being hard anywhere public, you get a bunch of people who think you are human scum for it. That's the other problem. It's like, how dare you not either A, be good enough to get this within 30 minutes. B, understand that it is your fucking obligation to spend 8 hours or however long you need to accomplish it before you're allowed to play the rest that you paid for. Or C, just give up and go home and understand that it's not for you even though you paid for it. You dare to want it to be easier? Wow. You must be some kind of pedophile. Like, that's how they're like sometimes. Yeah, and the game has adaptive difficulty, but they just don't give you any of it. In the parts where it would really help. To be fair, this game did not originally have it. It was something they invented for Crash 2. Like many things, they backported it here for the remake, but unfortunately, they backported a hell of a lot more bullshit than they did helpful things. At least that time I knew I wasn't going to make it. See, I've never played a FromSoft game, because of mostly that community. I might one day. I also don't play a lot of AAAs because they cost a lot of money. But, you know. I said to myself, if I ever get into Souls-likes, the first thing I'll do is play the Three Kingdoms one, which is Wolong, because at least then I have a genuine affection for the setting. That will probably motivate me to get through it, and then if I like it well enough, maybe I'll play the rest. Snip, that was you pretending to be me on April Fools. I am 17 minutes late. I should have finished my stream 17 minutes ago, but my progress is being held hostage because if I stop now, I have to replay the start of the level tomorrow. And I have not accomplished anything in those 17 minutes. I'm not even getting better. How many times have we seen the top level? 3 times. I do think that the second and third levels are easier. Well, at least the parts I've seen of the third. Than the first, because I die on the first a hell of a lot more. But that could be because I don't make it to the second and third very often. I do think, though, that the second is easier. Like, obviously I just died onto it then. That part can kill you. I do think that the second has less failure points than the first. It's shorter. Snip says you could try to do this for me through remote play. I don't know how to set that up. Also, the rest of you know, but Pepper, I think you're new. Actually, you're not Sam's Pepper, are you? Because it didn't say first time chat. I don't know. But I'm also just freshly back from a fucking medical... No, Sam. Anyway. Just trying to place you because it didn't say first time chatter, but I'm also not knowing who you are. The only person I know named Pepper is related to my name's Sam. Well, not related, but anyway. I'm taking a break right here, but there's still 14 boxes. Good lord. Let's go. You have 1,000 points. What was I doing 3 years ago? Baldur's Gate 3? No. 3 years ago... Well, I mean, yes, but towards the end of 23. What am I doing in main... Hitman. I'm doing Hitman. I'm doing lots of Hitman. I'm good at the second part, I guess. This third one's hard because I can't fucking see the Bandicoot! That's a different pepper indeed, Demon Dragon, but not one I hope to think about. Yeah, Hitman took most of the year to go through. I occasionally stream it for the celebrity elusives, but the problem is, because the elusive target model is so garbage, it really doesn't lend itself to streaming, because I have to do them in the week or the month that they come out to not, you know, mess up my completion. I can't stream Hitman for 20 minutes. Also, I don't really want to stream first try elusives because that's dangerous. What if I fail? The way I play elusives, and I have no shame in this, is I look up fucking guides and find the quickest and easiest way. The only time I'm willing to let myself experiment is in the arcade, because then, it's safe. Fuck off! "22 minutes late," and I know that I pointed out that I started this before 3, so I've been doing this for probably half an hour. I have had zero fun in any of those 30 minutes. Just in case any game designers would like to take notes on the purpose of their fucking discipline. I don't want to do this first level anymore. I just want to start at that loop back. If I could just do that. If after failing 70 times, they gave you the grace of letting you start midway through, I would have so much more fun and feel so much better and be so much more accomplished about what I'm doing with my fucking life today. There are thousands of ways they could have made this okay. They did none of them. Trying to be entertaining, but God, I cannot believe how angry I am. Change nothing, but get rid of this lag period between each attempt, and I'm happy with it. Give us some kind of checkpoint, even if you have to fail 50 times before they let you have it, and I'm happy with it. At least the last couple of boxes are piled together at the end after all the jumps, so it's not actually 30. It's more like 27. So when I was worried about being less than halfway through at the second eye crate, it's an exclamation crate, but I always call it an eye crate because I don't know, I just read it as an eye. It wasn't actually as bad as it looked. just so lousy. Like, does anybody like this part of the level in history? In isolation, it's a fun little challenge, but it isn't being presented in isolation. That's my problem. If I could come back tomorrow and just start here, I would have quit 15 minutes ago. It's not even that long a level, but I shouldn't have to do it again. Just because I physically cannot allow like there should be some kind of suspend point, you know, where it's like, oh well, had to stop for the day, but resume where I left off. You could even delete on loading instead of being a real checkpoint. Whatever, I don't care, but and I've gotten better at the bottom level, at least. It just doesn't fucking stop. I've had one really good run. And even that wasn't a fucking win. Does anybody want to go back and see how many times I've done this? I want to say we are nearing on 100 attempts. But yeah, like they add... That's the thing about the dynamic difficulty, is that it's at odds with how the game works. Because the game gives you masks, right? And they don't do it here because there's no other form of death except pits. But they have no answer for pits. They just never came up with an answer for grace for pits. And yet, so much of the game is pits! Alright. I better not fail to get the other boxes, eh? Why can't I go backwards? There we are. Good lord. Where is backwards, by the way? I don't know. Did I come from this direction? Or am I going down? I want to go down. Not like that. The bonus is still done, don't worry. That's 3 boxes. No, that's enough. Alright, I must have gotten another box that I didn't notice was a box. Oh, thank God. Can you imagine if I hadn't gotten all the boxes? It wouldn't just be the end of the stream, it would be the end of my streaming career. Like, I'd be in jail by the end of the week. And I'd be in prison as soon as the trial finished. Like, I wouldn't hurt anybody, to be clear, because the people who deserve to get hurt here aren't in Australia. However, I would probably break
who isn't
many
prepared
things.
To drown me in money.
Like
Gavaro Hazard, Gavaro
buildings.
Hazard.
Enough for prison, is what I'm saying. Anyway, tomorrow I come back and do this level for fucking Relic. But that's fine, because you don't do bonuses in the Relics. So I don't care. Like, the rest of Heavy Machinery was fine. That bonus, look, it wasn't as bad as the Sunset Vista Relic, and it wasn't as bad as the Lost Temple trying not... doing the level without dying, right? That's coming back soon, by the way. Any second now, we're going to get more levels where I have to do 100% boxes without dying, which... But, yeah, it wasn't the worst thing I've had to do with Crash, but fuck. That was... Look, that would not have been as bad. Thank you, Yulia, for the sub, by the way. And yeah, Pepper, if you're still here, to give you context as to my current physical and mental state, 3 days ago, I was in hospital. Not admitted overnight or anything, I wasn't terribly sick, but I was in hospital getting a procedure done. After which, the doctor said to me, well, it's a good thing that you insisted on having this, and it's a good thing that you spent the $2,000 to skip any waiting time. Because I either just took cancer out of you, or took something out of you that was about to be cancer. His guess is the latter, which is the better answer, but we don't know for sure until the labs come back. Anyway, I'm safe. It hadn't grown past a tiny little patch, and all the tissue between my body and it was clean. So he's like, you have no chance of there being a horrible situation here. You're good. But yeah, so I'm weaning off of that, and this shit is my first stream back. That's rude. I just think that's rude. I think that Naughty Dog and Vicarious Visions, but mostly Vicarious Visions, because there's a lot of the changes they made, personally victimized me. Anyway. Time to crash out! Where's the exit? Here's the exit. Yes, quit. I want to quit the game forever. No, I'll come back tomorrow and we'll keep pushing. And hey, I mean, the procedure made me lose a bit of weight, whatever the weight of a 3 centimeter colon polyp would be. I'm technically lighter. I'm gonna go. Fare thee well.